This is a good day to get on my motorcycle and ride over to 22nd Brooklyn Avenue, Kansas City, Missouri, the spot where the Kansas City Monarchs and the Kansas City A's used to play. My dad would go there, watch the Monarchs play. He moved here in 1935 and he got to see Satchel Paige play at 22nd Brooklyn, Buck O'Neill, and all the Monarchs stars. Jackie Robinson played there. He also saw the Kansas City Blues, New York Yankees minor league team, where in 1939 Lou Gehrig played his final game in a Yankee uniform. I saw my first Chiefs game at 22nd Brooklyn at Municipal Stadium when I saw the Kansas City Chiefs play the New England Patriots. My neighbor, James Steeple, took his son and myself to go see that game. Now, he's a man who fought in World War II at Omaha Beach and was severely wounded in the invasion. He was a very nice man. There were so many memories at this stadium. I remember the time Campy Campaneris hit a foul ball back to me, and I happened to have my glove. I was sitting in the first row behind the press box, right behind home plate. There was that time when Early Wynn came and pitched in 1963, his 300th win. I got to see that game with my dad. Or bat day when I got a green and gold Rocky Calavito bat. Or the day that Norm Seaborn hit a home run off the scoreboard in center field when the Kansas City A's beat the Boston Red Sox 15-5 in a 5.5 inning rain shortened game. That scoreboard at Municipal Stadium, by the way, is as close as the A's ever got to the World Series. They weren't very good, but the scoreboard was there. That scoreboard used to be the Boston Braves scoreboard in 1948 when they were in the World Series. I enjoy playing these Apba Baseball Classic games. They're a lot of fun. The games we've been playing are great. I really enjoy the memories they elicit. Today, one day before the World Series starts, let's take in a Kansas City A's game and a New York Yankees game from 1964 as played on May 31st, 1964 at Municipal Stadium.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Let's meet the stars of today's game. First, for the New York Yankees, Roger Maris, Whitey Ford, Elston Howard, Jim Bouton, Mickey Mantle, Joe Pepitone. For the Kansas City Athletics, shortstop Wayne Causey, Charlie Lau, Rocky Calavito. Hometown native John O'Donohue takes the mound, and he's ready to pitch to Tony Kubek to get this game started. 1-4 is the roll. That's a fly ball to George Olusic in left field, and Tony Kubek is the first out. I'll bring up Bobby Richardson. One three is the roll. That's a 36. I think that's going to be a ball. Or W. He does not have a W on his card, so it's ball 1. .41 is a ground ball to the shortstop, Wayne Causey, who throws over to Doc Edwards at first base. And there are 2 quick outs for New York. Hector Lopez, former Kansas City Athletic himself. 32 is a ball hit on the ground to the second baseman, Dick Green. He is up with it, throws over to first, and New York has retired 1-2-3 in the first. Okay, we go to the bottom of the first. Wayne Causey, Nelson Matthews, and George Olusic will hit for Kansas City. Here's the pitch to Wayne Causey, is a 42. 22 on fielding column 1 is going to be a ground ball to the first baseman, Joe Pepitone, who flips to the pitcher, Al Downing covering. And Wayne Causey is retired. 3-1. Nelson Matthews. It's a roll of a 1-3, and Matthews draws a walk. He's a fast runner at first base, but no 11s on his card. George Olusic will go ahead and hit and run. .42 is a 22. Hit by pitch ball. And so now the A's have runners at first and second. For Rocky Colavito. Big right-handed power hitter for the Kansas City A's. He's a right fielder. Had over 30 home runs and over 100 RBIs in 1964. About a .270 hitter. Runners on first and second. One out. Here's the pitch by Al Downing. 66. There's a long drive. It is out of here. A home run for Rocky Colavito. And the A's jump off to an early 3-0 lead here in the first inning. Third baseman Ed Charles is the next batter. .26 is the roll, and that is a ground ball to the shortstop, Tony Kubek, who is up with it over to Joe Pepitone at first, and Ed Charles is the second out. Clark Edwards. 1-4 is a fly ball to Hector Lopez in left field, concluding the first inning, but the A's take a 3-0 lead on the home run by Rocky Colavito. We go to the top of the second, Kansas City 3, New York 0. Roger Maris will lead off for New York, and it'll be Tom Tresh and Nelson Howard. 1-4 is a fly ball to George Olusic in left field, and Maris is retired for the first out. Tom Tresh. 42 is a 22 on fielding column 3. That's a ball hit to the pitcher, and John O'Donohue does not make the catch. It's an error. One base error, and Tom Tresh, a fast runner, is at first base. Elston Howard. 44 is a 7 against a grade D pitcher. That's going to be a single that sends Tom Tresh to third. And the Yankees have runners on first and third with one away. Here is Joe Pepitone, the first man to bring a hairdryer into the clubhouse. I think he did that with the Cubs, not the Yankees. Joe Pepitone, first baseman. Here's the pitch by John O'Donohue. The A's are playing the infield back. 64 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. And O'Donohue will face Cletus Boyer, who gets 4 wide ones. So the bases will be loaded with 2 outs. And now the pitcher, Al Downing. Here's the windup, the pitch to Al Downing. It's 53, 21. Infield is back. Pitch is a ball. Pitcher's disputing the decision. The infield's playing back. So first on the air, runners advance one base, and that error is on Dick Green, the second baseman. So an unearned run gets the Yankees on the board. It is 3-1. And to the top of the order we go. Tony Kubek. This game could get out of hand pretty quickly now at this point. Here's the pitch to Kubek. 26 is a 32. It's a fly out to right field, caught by Rocky Colavito. Okay, we go to the bottom of the second. It's Kansas City 3, New York 2. Second baseman Dick Green from Sioux City, Iowa, will lead off the second for Kansas City. He rolls a 23. That's a fly ball to the right fielder. Roger Maris is under it and makes the catch. My ice card did not come as part of the 1964 A, so I had to print him off Steve's Apba card generator. And that's Charlie Lau, the catcher. He was the mentor, the man who trained George Brett how to hit. 41 as the roll is a 24. Ground ball to the shortstop, Tony Kubek. 2 down, and the pitcher, John O'Donohue. .42 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. The A's go down 1-2-3 in the second. We go to the top of the third. KC 3, New York 1. Bobby Richardson leads off the third for New York. He grounded out his first time up. 62 is a fly ball to the right fielder, Rocky Colavito. Makes the catch. 1 down. Here is Hector Lopez. Played third base for the A's. It was not a very good defensive third baseman. He could hit pretty well. And then he was traded to New York. Helped out the Yankees with his bat. There's a long drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. A home run for Hector Lopez. And that is quite a poke. It was 369 down the line. Right on the line to left field in Kansas City's Municipal Stadium. It's 3-2. Now, New York has cut the lead to 1 run. Here's Roger Maris, who also played for the Kansas City A's. He came up with the Cleveland Indians, played 1957 with Cleveland, I think 58 and 59 with Kansas City, and then was traded to New York, where he became the league's most valuable player in 1960. Here's the pitch to Roger Maris. 1-2 is a ground ball to second base, and Roger is retired by Dick Green. Here is Tom Tresh with 2 outs. 61 is a 40. That is a foul ball. 26 is swing and a miss for strike 3. Go to the bottom of the third. Kansas City 3, New York 2. Wayne Causey will lead off for Kansas City. At one time early in the season, Wayne Causey was leading the American League in batting average, but slumped in the second half. He finished about 280. Here's the pitch to Wayne Causey. 46 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. 1 down. Nelson Matthews. Athletic outfielder for the A's. I think he wore number 5. 56 is 34. That is a pop up to the shortstop, Tony Kubek. Makes the catch. George Alusik, who wore eyeglasses as he played. I noticed that because I do too. 24, and you don't see many baseball players wearing eyeglasses. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So the A's go down 1, 2, 3 in the third. We go to the fourth. Kansas City 3, New York 2. Here's Elston Howard, Yankee catcher, coming off an MVP season. 22 is a 7. That's going to be a base hit for Elston Howard. And he is 2 for 2 in today's game. Nobody out with Joe Pepitone. 43 is a 29. That's going to be a ground ball to the pitcher, John O'Donohue, who throws over to Doc Edwards at first base, retiring Pepitone. But Howard is able to go to second. Howard is a slow runner, by the way, and the Yankees are playing it safe. One away, Cleat Warrior. 1-2 is a 25. That's going to be a line drive to Dick Green, caught, and Howard will have to remain at second. Pitcher Al Downing. 1-5 is a 9. That's going to be a single through shortstop. The runner is playing it safe, so he can only go to third. And we're at the top of the order with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Tony Kubek. Kubek has 0 for 2, 2 flyouts. Here's the pitch. 1-1, it's a hit column roll. 54 is going to be a 11. That's going to be a single to left field. Oh, no, wait a minute. Yeah, that's going to be, I have to get on the right page. Single to left field, 1 runner scores. The other runner goes to second unless he's rated F. He's not. So RBI single for Tony Kubek ties the game at 3. And here is Bobby Richardson. 33 is going to be a base hit. Same deal. Runner at second, Downing scores. Kubek goes to second. And the Yankees now take a 4-3 lead. Jose Santiago is warming up in the Kansas City bullpen. Hector Lopez is the batter. He homered his last time up to get the Yankees on the board for the first time. Here's the pitch to Hector Lopez. 63 is a fly ball to George Alusic in left field. He makes the catch. That ends the top of the 4th, but the Yankees score twice to take a 4-3 lead over Kansas City. If you come to the ball game early in Municipal Stadium, one thing you might see is, first thing you notice when you come in the ballpark, the beautiful green grass by George Toma. But you might see something like Rocky Calavito out in right field having a throwing contest with his buddy Jim Gentile. Calavito will win those contests. He had a very strong arm. Here's the pitch to Rocky Calavito. 41 is the roll. Ground ball to Tony Kubek at shortstop. He is up with it and over to first base for the first out. Here is Ed Charles. .61 is another ground ball to Kubek, and Charles is thrown out at first. Charles was fast. It was close. Here is Doc Edwards, who I once saw at first base catch a pop-up, bounce off top of his head. 35 is a 36. That is a strike. 46 is a third ground ball to Tony Kubek, who throws to Joe Pepitone. And the A's are retired, all 3 ground outs to shortstop. We go to the top of the 5th. New York 4, Kansas City 3. Okay, John O'Donohue returns to the mound for Kansas City. And as he completes his warm-up tosses, the umpire gets a fresh supply of baseballs from Harvey the Rabbit, a mechanical rabbit behind home plate that has a basket of balls and pops up out of the ground and then recedes into the ground. Roger Maris will lead off for New York in the top of the 5th inning. Here's a 45 roll. That's a base on balls. Roger Maris goes to first base. and he is rated a fast runner. Jose Santiago is back up in the bullpen for Kansas City. They're trying to hope that John O'Donohue can get through the fifth inning. He's scheduled to bat next inning. Tom Tresh comes to bat, Yankee center fielder. 44 is going to be a single to left center field. Runner goes to second. And the Yankees have runners on first and second with nobody out. And that will be all for John O'Donohue. Jose Sandy Santiago will be the new pitcher out of Puerto Rico. He is a grade D pitcher with a Y strikeout rating. And he'll be pitching to Elston Howard, first and second, nobody out. 23 is the roll. That's a fly ball to Rocky Calavito in right field. Runners hold. One down, and Elston Howard is now 2 for 3 in this game. Joe Pepitone. 56 is a Y. There's a Y modifier on that result, so he is a strikeout, caught looking. 2 down, and now Clete Boyer. They will pitch to Boyer. Here's the windup and the pitch. 21 is a fly ball to left field. Georgia Lucic is under it and makes the catch. So Sandy Santiago comes in the fifth and keeps the Yankees from scoring. Go to the bottom of the fifth. It's New York 4, Kansas City 3. Dick Green will lead off, Kansas City second baseman. Here's the pitch. 62 is a fly ball to Roger Maris in right field. Makes the catch. That brings the bat Charlie Lau. 55 is a 8 against a B. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Tom Tresh is under it and makes the catch. 2 away. And now, with 2 outs, the pitcher Santiago will bat. 24 is a fly ball to Roger Maris. Right field, 1, 2, 3. Al Downing has retired 14 Kansas City A's in a row, and he's only given them 1 hit. The home run to Rocky Calavito. We go to the top of the 6th inning. New York 4, Kansas City 3. Pitcher Al Downing will lead off for New York. He has 1 for 2. Single and reached on an air. 62 is a fly ball to the right fielder, Rocky Calavito, makes the catch. 1 away, and to the top of the order we go. And Tony Kubek. 1-6. 28 is a ground ball to the shortstop, Wayne Causey. He's up with it, throws to Doc Edwards at first, and 2 down. Bobby Richardson. 63 is a fly ball to center field. Nelson Matthews is under it and makes the catch. Yankees go 1, 2, 3. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, New York 4, Kansas City 3. Wayne Causey is 0 for 2. 52 is the roll. 27 is hit on the ground. It's got an X modifier, so Wayne Causey is a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the second time Al Downing has struck out Wayne Causey. Here is Nelson Matthews. 33, that's a hit column roll. 34 is a double for Nelly Matthews. And that is only the second hit for Kansas City. He'll be in scoring position, representing the tie and run with 1 out. Georgia Lucic is the batter. 32 is a ground ball to second base. Bobby Richardson has it over to first with Matthews going to third. Rocky Calavito will be the batter. He's a very popular player. Really, wherever he played in Cleveland, is very popular. Detroit, Kansas City. I don't know why he doesn't get much consideration for Hall of Fame, but if you look at his numbers, and the consistency of his play. I'm a little surprised that nobody talks about him as a candidate for the Hall of Fame. Here's the pitch to Rocky Colavito. 1-6 is a 28. That's going to be a ground ball to, the infield was playing close, by the way, to the shortstop. There's 2 outs anyway, so 6-3. That's the 3rd out. Go to the top of the 7th. It's New York 4, Kansas City 3. The Yankee 7th will have Hector Lopez, Roger Maris, and Tom Tresh. In the Kansas City bullpen, Ted Boesfield and Wes Stock are warming up. Boesfield is the left-hander, Stock is the right-hander. Here's the pitch to Hector Lopez. 1-5 is a base hit. He is 2 for 4. He homered in the 3rd inning. He's at first, average speed, nobody out. Here is Roger Maris. 62 is a fly ball to Rocky Colavito in right field. Makes the catch. Runner holds at first, and that'll bring to bat Tom Tresh. .34 is the roll. That's going to fly ball to Nellie Matthews in center field. Tom Tresh is retired. Here is Elston Howard. 1-4 is a fly out to Georgia Lucic in left field. So the Yankees start with a base hit and then 3 consecutive flyouts. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 4-3 New York. Ed Charles will lead off for Kansas City. He's a fast runner. Held the bat fairly high with his elbow cocked up high. Pitch from Al Downing. 42 is a 39 is the play result. That's going to be a strike 1 on the batter. 22 is a 8. That's going to be a fly ball to center field, caught by Tom Tresh. Doc Edwards. .51 is a base hit for Doc Edwards. That's only the 3rd athletics hit. He is a slow runner at first base. Timeout. Okay, the A's will have a pitch runner, and that will be Jose Tartabull. He is rated fast. He is the father of Danny Tartabull, who played for the Seattle Mariners, Kansas City Royals, and New York Yankees. He had a very successful career. All right, Jose went on to play with the Boston Red Sox later in his career. Here's the pitch to Dick Green, the second baseman, from Al Downing. 64 is a swing and a miss for strike 3, and there are 2 outs. Charlie Lau will come to bat. He is 0 for 2. 23 is a strikeout. And we go to the top of the 8th inning. It's still New York 4, Kansas City 3. The new pitcher for Kansas City will be Wes Stock. He's a grade A reliever, XY modifiers, and Z control letter. Joe Pepitone will lead off for the Yankees. He is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. 1-4 is a fly ball to Georgia Lucic in left. 1 away. Clete Boyer. 43 is a ground ball back to Stock. He's got it over to Doc Edwards at first, and there are 2 down. Al Downing will stay in the game and bat for himself. Here's the pitch. 65 is a pop-up to the catcher, Charlie Lau, who makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees still lead by 1. Dagoberto Campaneris will lead off the bottom of the 8th for the Kansas City A's, hitting for the pitcher. Al Downing is still on. 43 is a ground ball back to Al Downing, who is up with it, and over to Joe Pepitone at first. Campaneris is the first out. Top of the order, and Wayne Causey. John Wyatt is warming up in the bullpen for the A's. He'll pitch the ninth. 56 is a base on balls to Wayne Causey. And the A's have the tie-in run on first. Manager Ralph Hout comes to the mound, and he'll take the ball from Al Downing, who pitched an outstanding game. And he will bring in relief pitcher Hal Reniff. He is a grade B reliever with a Y modifier. He'll be pitching to Melly Matthews, who is 1 for 2 with a double. In this game, here's the pitch. 52 is the roll, 27 is the result. That is going to be a ground ball to second base, shortstop to first base for the double play. 4, 6, 3. We go to the top of the ninth. The Yankees 4, A's 3. John Wyatt is a new pitcher for Kansas City. He is a big 6 foot 195 pound right-hander from Chicago, Illinois. Grade B pitcher, Y modifier. He will be pitching to Tony Kubek. 6-6 roll. That's a hit column roll. 51 is a triple to left center field. Kubek slides into third safely, and he'll be there with nobody out. Bobby Richardson will bat. The Kansas City A's will play the infield in. There's the pitch to Richardson. It's a 35. That is a 9 against a B. That's going to be a single through shortstop. The runner scores. Richardson's going to try to extend it into the double. Here's the throw from left field. He is out at second base. But he gets an RBI single before he's thrown out by the left fielder George Alusik. 7-4. The Yankees now lead 5-3. That could be a big insurance run. Hector Lopez. .56 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. It's 2 outs. And here is Roger Maris. 24 is a fly ball to right field. Rocky Calavito is under it, and he makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. It is New York 5, Kansas City 3. The Athletics' last hopes will rest on the middle of the order. George Alusik, Rocky Calavito, and Ed Charles. Hal Reniff returns to the mound. George Alusik steps into the box, coming off a good throw and outfield assist, cutting down Bobby Richardson at second base in the top of the ninth. 65 is a pop-up. The catcher, Elston Howard, throws away his mask and makes the catch. 1 away. Here is Rocky Calavito. Calavito's 1 for 3 with the supplying all the Athletics runs today with a 3-run home run back in the first inning. Here's the pitch to Calavito. 1-6 is a ground ball hit to Tony Kubek at shortstop. He is retired. There's 2 down. And the last chance for Kansas City is Ed Charles. 23 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Ball game is over. The New York Yankees take it 5-3. We'll be back with a wrap-up. In today's game, the New York Yankees scored 5 runs on 9 hits. They committed no errors. Kansas City Athletics scored 3 runs on 3 hits, and they committed 2 errors, both in the same inning, leading to an unearned run. The star of the game today for the Kansas City Athletics would be Rocky Calavito, who had a 3-run homer in the first inning to set the A's out in front. Lead didn't hold up very long. It lasted until the 4th inning. The New York Yankees star of the game would be probably Al Downing, but hitting stars would be Elston Howard, 2 for 4. And Hector Lopez, who hit a home run and a single, 2 for 5, drove in a run. So Al Downing will be the star of the game. He pitched 7 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs in that first inning, but after that he settled down to retire. Oh, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 innings. It's 12, 13, 14, 15 hitters in a row until Nelson Matthews doubled in the 6th inning. So Al Downing, surrendering 3 hits, struck out 5, walked 2. He's a winning pitcher. Hal Reniff is credited with the save. Well, I thought Kansas City Municipal Stadium was a wonderful place to watch a ball game today. The A's wore their wedding gown white uniforms with their Kelly green sleeves and Kelly green caps. They sometimes wore the Kelly green and gold, but I was partial to the wedding gown white. They had an owner, Charlie Finley, who didn't get along with the city very well and tried to move the team. Ultimately, he did move to Oakland, but he tried to move the team in 1963. He petitioned the league to move the A's to Louisville, Kentucky in January of '63. He was going to call them the Kentucky Colonels, or he was also thinking about calling them the Louisville Sluggers. That was also suggested. But the league voted 9-1 no. And then 2 months later, he petitioned to move to Oakland, which also failed a 9-1 vote. Ultimately, after the '67 season, he did move to Oakland, and we didn't have baseball in Kansas City in 1968. But I did enjoy his innovations and the things he brought. The players with their white shoes, Charlie O, the mule, some of his outlandish gimmicks and contests. He had a petting zoo along the third base line, not too far back from third base, so just directly behind the bullpen for the A's. And the relievers would sometimes mess with the animals. I think they got the monkeys drunk a number of occasions. Charlie Finley had a shepherd in left field. This model shows how the stadium looked with the Royals, but left field was a field of grass, sloped, and Charlie Finley put a herd of sheep out there to mow the grass, and he had a shepherd that would corral the sheep. I mentioned that the scoreboard came from the Boston Braves field in Boston. It was just a fun place to be, a fun place to watch baseball. The baseball wasn't very good. Occasionally they had some players, some good hitters, and you could tell in '67 that they had some people coming up, Reggie Jackson, people like that they were going to be good, which made it harder when they left Kansas City, because you knew that within a couple of years, the A's were going to be somebody to reckon with. But the field was a fun place to watch. Upper Deck was not too far from the field. We used to drive there and park in the yards. There wasn't much parking for Municipal Stadium, so all the homes in the neighborhood rented out the yards for parking, and you paid maybe $2 or $3, maybe $3 or so to park your car. And just had to remember which house it was at and where it was. Hope you enjoyed the visit to Municipal Stadium today. Now tomorrow we're going to start a World Series. I've asked for comments, so I'm going to wait just a little while. We've had a few suggestions, but join us tomorrow for a 7-game World Series at Apba Baseball Classics. Thank you for watching today. Have a good night, and God bless.